All right. Good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. I'm so happy that you're here. It is a rainy day today, but we're going to make the best of it. And I think this is a great word to start off with. So, our virtue today that we're going to be sharing with you and we're going to talk about is serenity. So, serenity is tranquility of spirit. It is an abiding sense of trust and faith that all is well. In the midst of trials, we are accepting and resilient. We go with the flow. We practice stillness, reflection, and mindfulness. Serenity gives us lucidity of thought and allows us to detach from strong emotions that can cloud our judgment. We do not allow worry or our fear to throw us off balance. We cultivate peaceful presence. We are able to be the calm in the wind. So I think that all of us can truly appreciate it when we have a friend or someone maybe in our family that has that serene kind of personality. So that when things are going sideways and there's a lot of chaos, you can always count on that one person to be there as a calming kind of person, right? And I think that's something that I really aspire to. It's funny, isn't it? Isn't it funny how sometimes when things are going well, we're fine, and then when some little thing happens, we kind of get a little chaotic. But then sometimes there's some people, at least I find myself this way, that when it's a really big thing and the consequences are huge, that I do have a way of calming down and of being, a lot more objective and thoughtful in those moments. That might be what's on the outside. On the inside, though, maybe not so much. So I don't know about you, but I think that is something that does happen to us. So it's something that I've been working on and really for quite some time. And one of the ways, and it's mentioned here in our description, that it is through that stillness, reflection, and mindfulness. It is through taking the time to have some sacred time, some reflection time, some time for meditation or prayer or whatever it is that helps us. It is a way of, I'm not going to say giving up the worries about these things, because I mean, honestly, we're going to be worried about really chaotic times or things that are going on in our life. But it is about recognizing that we're responsible for ourselves. There's some things that we can change. There's some things that we cannot change. It's accepting the situation as it is, looking to see what it is that we can do that is going to make a difference, being resilient, being able to come back from those setbacks and to get back into that flow. Now, there's a lot of talk today about being in that flow and being in in that zone, let's say, right, where we're feeling great about how things are going. And I would just suggest that that time for meditation, that time of handing over our worries and troubles and chaos and all those things that we're concerned about, handing them over to the higher powers, handing them over to to the universe, if that's how you would like to describe it, or to the source of life. And I would just suggest that it's something that that has been very helpful for me. That there's a certain joy that comes from knowing that you're not responsible for everything that happens in your world. And that there's the things that you can control, the things you cannot control. Many times the things that we want to control are not ours, and that is going to break down your serenity like in a hurry, right? So cultivate that peaceful presence. Be there in that, and be that calm, knowing that whatever we're given in life, that those things are always things that can do a couple of things. It can make us very fearful and worrisome and break us down, or it can make us stronger. It can give us a gift for us to examine something about ourselves. So when something happens, we can even ask ourselves, at least this is what I do, what's the good that could come out of this? Or what is it that I can learn from this situation? What do I notice about myself? So, your kids are acting up and you and your partner disagree about how to discipline, and you're having this moment, and you can just ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn from this? Is it patience? Is it acceptance? Is it consideration? So there might be a virtue in there that we need to examine in regard to ourselves. Finding that kind of serenity, I think, is critical for us feeling peaceful in our life. So, how do we teach our children about serenity, right? Well, obviously, we have to practice it. And it's okay to say, I'm really practicing this. I'm practicing my trust that the things that were handed in this life are going to turn out to be things that we have good lessons from. You could even use, and I think in this time that we're at right now, you could use your time even at dinner and ask a question about, so what is the best thing that happened today for you? Okay, what was the best, what made you feel really good today? But then also, what was the most challenging part of your day? What was it that made this day a little bit more challenging? Was there something that was upsetting you or such? And when we ask those kinds of questions, it just gives us an opportunity to talk and to get them out. And when we do that, many times even that can help us to feel better. So asking our children to be serene is a tough one, right? Because they're excited about life and they're excited about their things. But we can practice with them. We can practice meditation. We can practice, sitting at the dinner table and having those conversations about what's going on in their life. Just knowing that they're accepted and that they belong will certainly help them. So I don't know. Those are just a couple of thoughts. There's so much more probably to this subject but as you know, when I pick this virtue, I pick it, we read it, and then whatever happens, happens. Whatever I'm thinking about, as I read it, that's what I talk about. And it could be something that you might even try with your family, right? You could try sitting down with them and read a description of the virtue, and just ask, what does that mean to you? How is that applied today? Is it something is this a virtue that you aspire to, or did you show this virtue sometime today when you really maybe didn't expect to? So there's lots of ways of using that, and I would just suggest that as we grow our virtues, that we become more peaceful because we feel good about the good inside of ourselves. The more we acknowledge the good in others, the more peaceful we feel. So let's just give that a try. All right, everybody. It's Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, I will be posting a word on Facebook. And as most of you know, I got lost in Facebook. I don't know where all my stuff is, but I started a new profile, and you can look me up and join me there. And I will have on there today's live will be on my Facebook page, my profile. It will also, tomorrow there will be a written one, and I just invite you to just think about how you can practice that particular virtue that day. That's what I do every day. It's of much benefit to me, believe me. So thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing everyone on Monday morning. And until next time, keep practicing the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.